Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling strangely drained? Like you just agreed to something you didn't want to? You feel used, slightly confused, but you can't quite put your finger on what just happened. Was it something they said? The way they said it? What if I told you that feeling, that subtle violation of your will, isn't random? It's not a coincidence. It's a science. And it was mapped out in terrifying detail over 500 years ago by a man named Niccolò Machiavelli. His name is synonymous with evil, with manipulation. But what if we've been reading him wrong all this time? What if his infamous book, The Prince, isn't just a manual for tyrants, but the ultimate guidebook for spotting them? A decoder ring for the hidden language of manipulation. Do you want to know the one timeless lesson he taught that allows you to see the strings every manipulator pulls? Welcome. Today, we're not just talking about psychology. We're diving into the dark heart of power itself. We're here for truth. And the truth is, manipulators don't play by the rules of decency. They play a different game entirely. And to beat them, you can't just be good. You have to be smart. You have to understand their game better than they do. Machiavelli observed the most ruthless, power-hungry manipulators of the Italian Renaissance, the Borgias, the Medicis, and he didn't just judge them. He studied them. He reverse-engineered their success into a set of cold, brutal, and devastatingly effective principles. And these principles are still used today, not by kings and princes, but by toxic bosses, by emotional vampires in relationships, by so-called friends, and by politicians. Their tactics haven't changed because human nature hasn't changed. So let's pull back the curtain. Let's arm you with this ancient knowledge. By the end of this, you will see the world differently. You will hear the silent alarms Machiavelli designed for us centuries ago. Part 1. The core Machiavellian insight, the lion and the fox. Machiavelli's entire philosophy for a ruler, or for any successful manipulator, boils down to one essential metaphor. He said a prince must know how to act like both the beast and the man. But which beast? He's very specific. The prince, he says, must imitate both the lion and the fox. The lion is raw power, intimidation, and force. It's the boss who threatens to fire you, the partner who uses anger and shouting to get their way. It's the brute. But here's the key insight. Machiavelli says the lion cannot defend itself from traps. A lion is strong, but it's not cunning. It can be caught. That's why the prince must also be the fox. The fox is cunning, strategy, and deception. It's the art of seeing traps and laying them. It's the sweet talk, the false promise, the guilt trip, the subtle lie. The manipulator's greatest strength is their flexibility. They switch between these two modes seamlessly. They use the fox to lure you in, to make you trust them, to weave a web. And the moment you question them or resist, they bring out the lion to frighten you into submission. But the master manipulators, they rarely use the lion directly. Why would they? Overt force creates resistance. It makes you the enemy. The true masters are almost entirely fox. Their manipulation is so soft, so subtle, you never even see the cage being built around you. Part 2. The 3 fox-like tactics, how they operate. Tactic 1. The illusion of value. So, let's get practical. How does the fox operate? Machiavelli wrote that a prince must appear to be all virtue. He must seem merciful, faithful, humane, upright, and religious. But he only needs to seem it, not be it. Manipulators offer you something you desperately want: validation, security, love, opportunity. They present themselves as the solution to your problems. They love bomb you. They promise you the world. They become your favorite person. They are so generous, so kind, until they aren't. Because that generosity always comes with invisible strings attached. That favor they did for you? It's not a gift. It's a debt. And they will call it in at the most inconvenient time to make you do something that serves them. They create a perception of immense value, so you become invested in them. You feel lucky to have them. And that's the trap. You're afraid to lose the illusion they've created. Tactic 2. Controlled fear. Machiavelli had a famous dilemma. Is it better for a prince to be loved or feared? His answer is chilling. Ideally, both. But if you have to choose, it is safer to be feared. Why? Because love is fickle. It's based on the whims of people. But fear? Fear is reliable. It is controlled by the prince through this certainty of punishment. A manipulator doesn't want you terrified of them. That would be the lion. The fox uses controlled, subtle fear. They don't scream threats. They make you fear disappointing them. They make you fear losing their approval, their love, their perceived value. They use phrases like, "I'm just very disappointed in you. After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me? I guess I just expected more from you." They punish you with withdrawal, with silence, with a cold shoulder. This isn't a loud lion's roar. It's the silent, chilling whisper of the fox. And it works because it triggers our deep-seated need for belonging and approval. Tactic 3. Strategic truth-telling. This tactic is perhaps the most brilliant. Machiavelli said the fox must be a great feigner and dissembler. He must be a magnificent liar. But he also gives a crucial piece of advice. You cannot be exposed as a liar. Therefore, you must be expert at obscuring the truth. Master manipulators don't lie all the time. That would make them easy to spot. Instead, they tell the truth strategically. They tell small, unimportant truths to build a reputation for honesty. They might even admit to a small, harmless flaw to seem authentic and humble. This is called token truth-telling. They build a bank account of trust with small deposits of truth. Then, when they need to make a massive withdrawal with a life-changing lie, you believe them. You think, but they're always so honest. They even admitted that one time they were wrong. It's a setup. The entire persona is a carefully constructed vehicle for the one big deception. Part 3. How to outsmart them, becoming the hunter. Okay, so now you know the playbook. You can see the lion and the fox. The question is, how do you defend yourself? How do you outsmart the game? You don't become a manipulator yourself. That would be missing the point entirely. You become the hunter who can spot the fox's tracks. You become the analyst who sees the strategy in real time. You build a psychological immune system. And here's how you do it, with Machiavelli as our unlikely guide. Step 1. Shift from emotions to analysis. When you feel that familiar pull, the guilt, the obligation, the confusion, that's your signal. Stop. In that moment, consciously shift your mindset. Don't get emotional. Get analytical. Become an anthropologist studying a strange creature. Ask yourself, what is the tactic being used here? Is this the fox offering illusory value? Is this the lion using fear? Why are they doing this now? What is the outcome they want from me? By naming the tactic, you drain it of its power. You see the strings. The manipulator is trying to play a game of chess on an emotional board. You just move the game to an intellectual board where you have the advantage. Step 2. Master the art of delay. The fox relies on speed and pressure. They want you to agree now, to react emotionally now. Machiavelli understood that haste is the enemy of good strategy. So, your greatest weapon is time. When a request feels off, when the pressure is on, you simply say, "I need some time to think about that. I can't give you an answer right now. I'll get back to you. Let me check my schedule and I'll let you know." This ensures two things. First, it breaks their rhythm completely. They expect an emotional reaction, not a calm, strategic delay. Second, it gives you time to analyze the situation away from their influence. You can ask yourself the analytical questions from step 1 in peace. Step 3. Demand specificity. The fox thrives in the fog. They use vague language, sweeping promises, and emotional generalizations. Your job is to turn on the spotlight. When they say, "After all I've done for you," you calmly ask, "Could you be specific about what you're referring to? I want to make sure I understand." When they promise you the world, you say, "That sounds great. Let's get those details in writing so we're both on the same page." You force them out of the world of emotion and into the world of facts. The fox hates facts. Facts are traps for them. Often, when you demand specificity, the entire manipulative structure collapses because it was built on vague, unenforceable illusions. Step 4. Know your core values. Machiavelli said a prince must be adaptable, but he must also have a core purpose. To maintain his state, his power, you must have your own unwavering state. Your core values, your non-negotiable boundaries. Know what you stand for. Know what you will and will not accept. When you are rooted in your own values, the external pressure of a manipulator, whether it's the lion's roar or the fox's charm, becomes meaningless. You measure their requests not against their pressure, but against your own code. Does this align with my integrity? Does this respect my time? Does this feel like a fair exchange? If it doesn't, your answer is already no. The pressure is just noise. Conclusion: the ultimate shield. Machiavelli's lesson isn't about becoming cold and calculating towards everyone. It's about developing prudence. It's about having the wisdom to see the world as it really is, not as we wish it to be. There are lions and foxes in the world. Ignoring that fact doesn't make you a good person. It makes you an easy target. The ultimate shield against manipulation isn't suspicion, it's awareness. It's the ability to see the game being played, so you can consciously choose not to play. You can engage with people from a place of strength and generosity because you know your generosity won't be exploited. You can be kind because your kindness has boundaries. You can be open because your awareness is your filter. You reclaim your power not by controlling others, but by refusing to be controlled. You outsmart the manipulator by seeing their oldest tricks with the clearest eyes. You take the 500-year-old lesson meant for princes, and you use it to protect the one kingdom that truly matters, your own mind. If this resonated with you, if you felt that spark of recognizing a truth, then do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps us out. More importantly, share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you encountered a lion or a fox? How did you handle it? Let's learn from each other. Remember, the journey to truth is never walked alone. We're in this together. Until next time, stay curious and stay wise.